Welcome to this week's episode of the Punk Popcast, where we're going to be talking about Zebrahead's The Bonus Brothers. Welcome to this week's episode of the Punk Popcast. My name is Brad. I'm one of your co-hosts, and we've got our other host over here, Jason, on my left. How are you today, Jason?
I'm doing good. I got a full belly, ate about 20 wings and some fries today at lunch. So
Ooh,
you saw the picture.
I did. I was really jealous. Where were those from? Was that a local place or a chain?
It's a local chain. I mean,
So C, both of the above.
they have places in Boston too, but it's called Aruga's.
Okay.
Then I got garlic parm and they were fantastic.
You can't go wrong with garlic parm. There's a local place here that makes killer garlic parm, and it's absolutely outstanding. I love it. I might need to pick up wings for dinner tomorrow because I think when you sent that I was eating something else and it felt very insufficient. I was very upset.
This is legit the first time I had regular wings in a year.
Wow. That I can't go more than a month without wings.
I've been getting boneless because they're cheaper.
They are cheaper, and you know what? This is the thing: is like I was telling somebody this the other day. If I'm out in public, I have to get boneless because of my beard, because the traditional gets like a whole big mess. Then it's like I have to excuse myself and go walk to the bathroom covering my face, and then take a small bath in the sink to make sure I'm cleaned up appropriately to go back out into public again. So my wife doesn't let me eat traditional in public, but I'm kind of fine with that because the boneless is such like an easier cleanup, so much easier to eat. But then
it's not as satisfying though.
It's not. That's just what I was gonna say. It's not as satisfying because there's a lot of breading on those boneless a lot of the time.
Now let me ask you this question before we finish deviating. The place you're talking about, do they have rolls of paper towels on the table?
No, they don't. I don't think. We got takeout. It was before they were open up for dine in. So it's not. If it's a place I'm thinking of, it's not that.
Okay, so the place we go to, they have rolls of paper towels on the table.
Oh, okay, because I think the one of like a few places I've seen that was Famous Dave's, and I get wings there, but with a bunch of other stuff typically. So
I think it's a smart idea. I was at least 7 paper towel squares in.
Yeah, I would be too. I would be too, definitely. Okay. Anyway, welcome to the show already in progress. We're going to talk about Zebrahead today, the Bonus Brothers. For those of you who don't know, Zebrahead is still around. They're still kicking it. They're still doing their thing. And I feel like they're better than what they were originally. I was going to save this until after the break, but let's talk about this real quick. What you might be familiar with Zebrahead is their songs from the late 90s. Get Back and Check was on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. That's where I know Zebrahead from, but I also know Get Back. Are you familiar with those songs, Jason? Were you familiar with them before we started talking about this?
I was not, and I'd never even mentioned this to you because I didn't think about it until now. I was familiar with them because they did a WWE theme.
Oh, they did?
They did a song with Legs Like That for Maria Kanellis.
Oh, dang. That's cool. Yeah, so...
And it is a good song.
they're really good. So this is the thing that's funny is that like there was one day probably 4 years ago that I was looking for something to listen to. I was like, oh, let's listen. I'll listen to Get Back. That's a great song. And then I was kind of like, I haven't never listened to any other Zebrahead. And then I found Check and was reminded of Tony Hawk because I played the crap out of those games growing up. And then I was like, let's see what else they have. See if they have anything more recent. This was in 2018, and the Bonus Brothers came out in 2017. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like this album is so good.
Yeah.
And I've been taken aback by it ever since that. Like this band that seemed like they just had like they were kind of a 1 or 2 hit wonder and kind of filled out. In fact, after I found the Bonus Brothers, I told my brother-in-law, I was like, did you know Zebrahead is still around? He's like, what? They have more than 2 songs? It's like, yes, yes, and they're very, very good. So, anyway, enough about that. Let's get started. I'm gonna kick us off this week with my first track. And I'm gonna go with the first song on the album, Like I Do, because I love how they come in and they punch you in the face with Blue Light Special, and then they never stop for the rest of the album. It doesn't let up. Their intros, one of the things for me, are captivating, and this is no different. That it will draw you in and it will suck you in for the entire song, and it does not let up until the song is over.
Yeah, I mean, I messaged you listening to this album for the first time saying, I think I said this song's just, it's great, or it just hits you hard right from the get-go.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I really love about it. And you know what? We talked on the last episode about how I'm a big fan of hip hop and rap. And that's one of the things is I like the way the lead singer works rapping into the lyrics. He sings, he's got a great voice. Like
Yeah.
their choruses have that they have the sing-song chorus that we love, but at the same time, the cadence at which he does usually goes through the verses as the rapping is really, really good. But he's also staying in his lane. He's not changing his voice at all, trying to be something that he's not.
Right. It's not like he's not trying to sound hard. He's just
Yeah.
working it in naturally to what he does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a Zebrahead style. Like it's funny because I was listening to the album when I first was listening to it. I was talking to my sister-in-law. I was like, they kind of remind me a little bit. You're gonna hate this, Jason. It's like a little bit of Sum 41, and she goes, "Or does Sum 41 remind you of Zebrahead?"
Ooh.
And I was like, you know what? You're probably right there because Zebrahead's been around longer. So, just saying.
I like where you're going.
Because Jason has displayed his disdain for Sum 41 on this very show.
I just they could have been better, is all I'm gonna say. Lots of low-hanging fruit on those songs, okay?
Very, very much so. Yes, I agree with that. But I don't know. Like lyrically, I don't know that it's necessarily anything special about the song. I do catch myself singing along every single time, and I find myself walking around singing the chorus. Oh, reality just isn't what it used to be right now. Yet everyone is insane. We're just so goddamn insane now. Like I love the lyrics. I don't know if they've always been like this because I have not been a Zebrahead fan over the years. Besides Get Back and Chuck, but the lyrics on this album, like buckle up because we're just getting started with this one.
Yeah.
They're just gonna get better. So, all right, Jason, go ahead with your first song.
I'm gonna go with "Light Up the Sky" because I thought this song really stood out to me. And I actually thought it was a song you were recommending to me based on the track number. I just miscounted.
Yeah.
But I thought "Light Up the Sky" was really good, and I think it's because it kind of hits. To me, it hit like this small town teenage kind of vibe where it's like you want to get out, you want to just shake things up. And you're looking to rebel, you're looking for just something.
Mm-hmm.
Something to take you away from where you're from, whether it be temporary or permanently. And it just kind of it hit me in the right spot when I was listening to it.
It does, and I think one of the things about this song that I really like is some of the vibes I get from it is kind of sounds like Alistair. Are
I
you
can hear
familiar?
that. Yeah. I can hear
Yeah,
that.
like that was one of the things that I remember listening to this and being like, oh, that's awesome because Next Stop or Last Stop Suburbia is one of my favorite albums, and anytime anybody kind of calls back to something that sounds like that, I really appreciate and really dig it because that's a sound that I like, and it's a sound that Alistair got away with, and they lost me when they did, or got away from, and they lost me when they did that. But no, I feel like this song has a little bit of a unique feel from the rest of the album. Right? It's like it is a little bit more poppy, right?
Yeah.
But it still has the drive of the other songs. If that
To me, it kind of felt like a rally song.
Yes. Especially with the whoas at the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, love those. I love those.
Underrated, those whoa-ohs.
At any time you can get some whoa-ohs in a pop punk song, I'm game.
Yeah, but no, you're right. It did feel like a rally song, something that something you would play to. It could be a stadium anthem.
It could be. I mean, it's definitely a song that you're gonna see teenage kids pumping their fist to.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, a big scene song. I could see it, and that's the thing that's so funny about Zebrahead is that they've been around forever, but they were never a band that, like, any of my friends at least were like, dude, put on the Zebrahead. Other than get back and check, you know. Those were always on mixes, but we never had the actual
They're
album.
kind of like a fringe band, unfortunately, for as long as they've been together.
Yeah, and apparently I mean, based on what I've seen with this album on the Bonus Brothers, is apparently big in Japan because there are Japan only bonus tracks on
on Spotify. And apparently, from what I was reading, this is a comp album.
Oh, really?
So this is made up of songs from like 2006 to 2015.
I guess that makes sense because that's where it's classified under Apple Music. So I'd have to go back through and find everything then. But I don't know. They did a great job putting them together because this album
It's
hits.
all killer, no filler.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I'll go with one more song and then we'll go take a break. This next song I love because it references a movie that I have loved for a very long time. The song is called "A Freak Gasoline Fight Accident." There's more to life than being really, really, really ridiculously good looking, and I'm very sad that they died in a freak gasoline fight accident. Tell me you know the movie, Jason. I know you don't like Ben Stiller.
I'm going to assume Zoolander.
It is Zoolander.
Because your impersonation was basically Ben Stiller, so.
It's not white. It's not white, Goodman. White. I'm white. W-H-I-T.
Touche.
E. But no, so I remember looking through the track list and seeing this and like, I've got to hear this. But it's another killer, right?
Lots of woes, lots of haze.
Lots of woes, lots of haze. I think we're identifying a trend here with Zebrahead that they use lots of woes, lots of haze, and they do a very good job with it because it sounds excellent.
Nothing wrong with it.
And one of the things that I really like is that intro. Like the guitar is really crunchy and really staticky and really lo-fi, but then they go into the song. And I mean, I have not addressed this enough to this point already. Their guitars are outstanding. They are very good at what they do. I mean, obviously, having stuck around for this long, but like this is a band that if I was putting together a band when I was 17 or 18, this would have been my model because I love it that much.
I like that.
I mean, Alistair was one of ours. Mest was another. Yellow Card was a little bit of one, but mostly Alistair, Mest, and a little bit of Unsung Zeros. But I think this would have been the band that I pointed to and been like, guys, this is the sound that we need to try to duplicate because it rocks. Just flat out. That's all it does is it rocks.
Speaking of their sound, I mean, Zebrahead, I would say is the most pop punk band. Like they hit the punk really well, they hit the pop really well. I would say they're quintessential, but they're so underrated. It's hard to call them quintessential, but they have the sound perfected.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Is it's popular. I could see, like, I don't know what happened, why they weren't more popular. It may have just been because Get Back and Check were a little bit heavier on the rap side. They may have, but the way that they've transitioned and formed themselves with this album, like with this compilation, is perfect for the genre. And I think if this had come out in 2002, they might have been one of the bigger things going.
Okay, here, instead of the most pop punk band, they're the perfect band for Faction on Sirius XM.
I don't know. I don't listen to Sirius.
Faction is like the skate rock channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. They would. I mean, there's a reason they were on Tony Hawk. Like I listened to a lot of bands because of the Tony Hawk games because that's what I liked. I liked the skateboarding music. I liked to listen to it while I snowboarded. I mean, I've talked about that with Taking Back
Yeah.
Sunday, you know. And I think if this is if this had been around or if I'd known about it, then it definitely would have been on those playlists of what I would have been listening to pretty much on the daily because that's what I did with those mixes. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a quick break when we get back and we've got 3 more tracks to talk about.
The Non-Their Sports Podcast is the home of sports talk for everyone. Every other week you can catch David and Jason as they talk about all things sports, from current events to classic moments and everything in between. You can find the Non-Their Sports Podcast on Anchor.fm, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, and more. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review.
9+ Us presents the Baseball Together podcast with your hosts Blackjack Brad and Kansas City Little Big Briggy Blue Eyes. Weekly episodes for the entire baseball family where we talk all baseball all the time. Available on all your favorite podcast apps and on YouTube. Come join our baseball family where we do baseball together.
Welcome back to the Punk Popcast. Today we're talking about Zebraheads, the Bonus Brothers. And kind of in our conversation, I think Jason knew this. I didn't. I've been listening to this album for like 4 years and I didn't realize this. This is a compilation album. That's why it hits so hard and it's so fantastic, front to back. But here we go. Jason has a couple more tracks left. Take it away, Jason, and lead us in.
I'm going to go with Sex, Lies, and Audio Tape. I thought this was a really fun song.
And great title, by the way. I love it.
Great titles. And we got to talk about the other title from the album this is from that we just noticed in the break.
Yes. Go ahead, Jason.
So track 3 on the album Call Your Friends is With Friends Like These Who Needs Herpes. And I gotta be honest, it took all I had not to laugh when I saw the title.
And I did, because that's too funny and I love it. I think it's fantastic. But I don't know. Sorry, go ahead, Jason. This is your track. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm good. You can say whatever you want.
Is it just the title? Is that why you chose this one?
No, I was listening to it in the car yesterday and I thought it was really good. I just thought it hit right. Fun to listen to.
More woes.
There weren't, I don't think, any woes in this.
Whoa. Yeah, they were. I think it's at the beginning.
Other than they're not in the lyrics on Genius. So.
No, they're not. But no, it's at the beginning. It's how it starts out with that outstanding like funk guitar that they have going on. I love that.
And I think that stood out for me because it was just different enough from everything else on the album. Mm-hmm. And I gotta say something I said to you off air is that if Zebrahead was McDonald's, Hayes and Woes would be like Sprite and Coke for them.
And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. There's something about the way that they do it. They just do it better than everybody else. I don't know what it is. And that's like, if you've ever gotten a soda from McDonald's, you know it's superior. Like, I used to get root beer there and nowhere else.
Coke from McDonald's is like the best Coke in the world. Coca-Cola, that is.
Right. I bet you could get the other kind of McDonald's as well.
I'm sure if I ordered off menu, I could, but I have no interest in any booger sugar. So,
the devil's dandruff. All right, my next track. This is actually my last one, and I love this song. It's a fun listen. The way that they work everything in the song is called "We're Not a Cover Band, We're a Tribute Band." And first off, the first time I heard the song, I had no idea what it was called. I was just going down the track list. And so the references to so many classic songs. So the chorus is, "Hey ho, welcome to the jungle. Oh no, where's Mr. Bungle? Holiday in Cambodia, help me, Knights of Sidonia. The Bulls are on parade. There's anarchy in the UK. Cities all on flame with rock and roll tonight. That's awesome. The way they work it in, and it's seamless that, like, I think it took a couple listens before I realized what was going on.
Do you know who Mr. Bungle is?
I don't, not off the top of my head. I know it's a reference. I've always known it was a reference. I just didn't know what it was.
So Mr. Bungle is an avant-garde metal band, and that's the original band fronted by Mike Patton, better known from his time in Faith No More. It was his time in Mr. Bungle that got him noticed it to be in Faith No More. And then after Faith No More was established, he went back with Mr. Bungle and got them a major label deal.
Oh, that's cool.
So he always stayed with his high school band, even while he was with Faith No More.
That's awesome. And that's a pretty cool little nugget, and also a nice little deep cut in the song too.
Yeah.
But no, I love it, and I remember going back and looking at the name of the song and being like, oh yeah, that's cool that it's like not a cover but a tribute, kind of like it had a little bit of a Tenacious D feel to it. And then the next chorus is different. Hey ho, hi, my name is Jonas. Oh no, our parents might disown us. Rock you like a hurricane. There's a cherub rocks in LA Grange. The Mississippi Queen, she just won't talk dirty to me. Story of my life is just rock and roll all night.
You got cool. Everything from Weezer and Scorpions and Smashing Pumpkins and Poison and Kiss.
It's all there. It's all there. Everything you love from growing up is there, and it's seamless. And if you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss something, because it doesn't feel like it's forced in the lyrics. Sometimes songs like this, it feels like it's like, okay, they really tried to work it in there, but it's all seamless with the music. And that's what I love about this song.
It's natural. It's very natural.
Yes. Yep. It's all very natural. The whole thing flows perfectly. And are you ready for the third chorus there, Jason?
Of course I am.
Okay. Hey ho, hit me with your best shot. Oh no, sabotage, I can't stop. The devil went down to Georgia. Pride and joy with a barracuda. It's raining blood on me. The cult of personality. The number of the beast is 1. It's awesome. It's so cool.
They work in Slayer, Iron Maiden, and Charlie Daniels.
And Heart.
And Heart.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
And the Beastie Boys.
Pat Benatar. I mean, it's good stuff. It's all stuff I listened to. So.
Oh, we all did. It's all there. Every last bit. That's what I said. Like, everything from growing up is in this song, and they know their audience. They're not trying to appeal to a younger audience. Is what I love. Is they're like, let's play to the people our age, because they're gonna love it. And if they love this, they'll love us. And it's true. It's absolutely true.
For the record, before you move on, Pat Benatar is amazing live.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't doubt that for half a second, by the way.
Her voice is fantastic still to this day.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. All right, Jason, go ahead and wrap us up.
All right. I went with The Art of Breaking Up. I thought it was a fantastic song. This has Hayes and Woes in it.
Yeah. It does.
And if this song came out in 2003, I'd have been all over it. Because it would have fit things in my life at that moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is a really good post-breakup song.
It is. And the one thing that I really like about it as a breakup song is that the tone is meant to build you up. It's not like you're a loser for getting broken up with. It's really upbeat, and it's easy to sing along with. This is another one I walk around the house singing periodically, even after if I haven't listened to this album in a while.
Yeah,
this is one of the ones that really sticks with me. And part of it is the woes and the haze and everything. They're Coke and Sprite, whatever. But But no, it's a really easy to sing along, really easy song to sing along with. There's a part where they bring it down, where they take out the drums, and it's just a little bit of guitar under the lyrics. And that part, to me, that's the one that always gets me. That I'm just like, oh, I love that. I love that part of the song.
I really liked the part of the song in the beginning where I owe you pain and suffering, you owe me a sense of humor. I know you wanted the last word, too bad, goodbye. Because it has that. I think I've called it before, that little bit of snot there. It's just like, no, you're not getting one over on me. I'm taking this and I'm leaving with it.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff. Seriously, front to back of this album. If you have not listened to the Bonus Brothers, it's like we said, it's a compilation. It's basically the best of Zebrahead from what did we say, 2007 to 2000.
I think it's 6 to 15.
6 to 15. Okay. Yeah. And it's all great. Go listen to it. We have the link to the album on Spotify. We have it down in the description of the episode, so you can find it easily and go enjoy it maybe as much as we did, because like I said, this is one of my favorite albums of the last few years that I've discovered and listened to. And it's awesome. Absolutely fantastic. Jason, do you have a quintessential pop punk rating for this album?
I think because it is a comp and everything on it is so good, it's got to be a 100. And I think, obviously, if we judge the albums on their own, we'd have different views. But I think because of what it is, it's 100.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, 100%. And it's like you said before, this is the pop punk sound. It has the punk, it has some snot, it has some, it has the crunch.
Choruses, it has
the sing-song choruses. Very catchy songs, easy to get into, easy to sing along with. Maybe Zebrahead songs you're not really familiar with, because I feel like they kind of fell off the mainstream after Get Back and Check. So if you're familiar, go listen to those, reacquaint yourself, and then come listen to the Bonus Brothers. We're certain you'll like it. If not, love it. So, but let us know what you think about it. Reach out at Punk Popcast on Twitter. You can also reach me personally at Jojo Cornrow. You can message me or follow me, or both. I do a lot of baseball content, mostly because of the other podcast I do, The Big Show. We call it the Baseball Together Podcast. As a weekly show we do. Jason, where can we find you on Twitter?
I am at xjasondag.x. Hit me up. Talk to me about pretty much anything: sports, music, pro wrestling, comic books. I'm a nerd. I don't look it, but I am. And you can find me every other week on the Another Sports Podcast with my best friend David. It's really just us talking like we're in his parents' basement when we're 17.
Much like we do here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very fun. Very good, Jason. Thank you very much for joining me again, and we will catch you next week.